Okay students, welcome back. So, we are basically discussing different strategies for a proper retrosynthetic pathway of a given target, and we have talked that transformation based strategies, starting material based strategies and functional group based strategies are basically similar, they are overlapping, and we are explaining these things with several examples. So, as I said, throughout this coursework we will try to pick up many more examples or many more problem based approach, and during this whole process you will come to know many transformations which is might be known to you, but how to explore those transformation, that you have to use it. So, now we will basically continuing the discussion on the same thought. We are trying to provide you a problem which is based on similar kind of transformation based, as well as you can think of functional group and other things. I have given you, or rather I will give you two targets, the left hand side this molecule which I am drawing it here, and as well as I will try to give you another target, this, from a same starting material. I said you have to make these targets starting from cyclohexane 1,3 dione. So, these are your targets, this is your starting material, this is target 2, target 1, target 2. Now, remember in the very introductory session we talked about something which is called divergent synthesis. This is a classic example of divergent synthesis, where you start from a single starting material and you can access both the targets. So, we will initially try to finalize the target 2, because which seems to be little bit simple. Target 2 is 3-ethyl cyclohexanone, the starting material provided is cyclohexanone 1,3-cyclohexadione. Now, if you do a close analogy search, you will find that one of the carbonyl compound in this starting material was not there in the final target. So, somewhere down the line you have to play with one of the carbonyl functionality, and you have to introduce a ethyl group, and eventually what essentially you will try to do, we will do a forward pathway. As you know that 1,3-dicarbonyls are very good analyzable compounds. You can simply put a methanol and a base to make this compound as this. So, this is the initial enol ethers which you can easily access. Now, see, one of this carbonyl group will be not remain in this final target, and you have to introduce a ethyl group. So, ethyl magnesium bromide probably the preferred nucleophile which you can think of attacking here, and if you do such reaction, this reaction basically we have discussed earlier in a different way. Now, you will get a tertiary alcohol. Okay. Now, next what you need to do? You basically need to do a allyl migration kind of thing. So, the double bond will migrate and you get a ketone there. Now, you said this is a vinyl methyl ether, and vinyl methyl ethers are normally very unstable. If you put a little bit of acid, they will basically tend to hydrolyze and will give you this compound. Now, this compound is what? This compound is basically enol. This compound is enol. So, enol have a instant tendency to tautomerize to the parent ketone, but in this case it will not simple tautomerization, it will also followed by a elimination of a water molecule, and you will basically get the target 2 which was initially asked. And if you see the reaction, this reaction is basically nothing, you are fine tuning out of this 2 dicarbonyl compound, one of this carbonyl was basically making inert through a suitable protection. It is basically kind of protection, and this protection is only possible as you are having a symmetrical dicarbonyl compound with a active methylene group. This active methylene group, this active methylene hydrogen is responsible for the instant enolization. Okay. Now, coming to the second target, that will be little bit of difficult. It is not difficult in the sense, but eventually for second compound you need a similar kind of group. Here we need a methyl group, not a ethyl group. In addition, adjacent to the methyl group, you need a quaternary carbon, means all carbon quaternary. It is a methyl, sorry, it is a benzyl. You need a meth allyl group, this group, as well as the ring group. So, do a very conventional retro by a functional group interconversion, and you will be coming to a structure which we have say, okay, it is a wrong structure we drawn here. We will be just coming to a typical something like this. If you can have a compound like this, and then you can try to figure it out. This is the, out of this 1,3-dicarbonyl compound, we have selectively manipulated one, and then this is now we are having a active methylene group, and then here you want to put two electrophile in a successive manner, E1 and E2. Now, what are E1 and E2? E1 will be this benzyl group and E2 will be this methyl group. Okay. And then you can do the similar kind of step which we earlier did for target 2. So, your synthetic experience will again start from this parent dicarbonyl. You just do the initial enolization, and that will basically give you this compound. Next we said, out of this 2 carbonyl you have selectively protected one. So, now what you do, you put a base LDA. Now, what is LDA? Do you know the structure of LDA? LDA structure is nothing, it is a lithium diisopropyl amide, this structure diisopropyl group, lithium amine and its amide. So, now we are putting a LDA, means one equivalent of LDA, and the first electrophile we are putting benzyl bromide. So, you will basically get this OMe, this ketone and this benzyl group. We will need to put another electrophile in form of this methyl group. So, you do another round of alkylation with LDA, and then you see you need to put the another round of electrophile whose structure will be this, and you do the successive round of alkylation all together. You basically have a ketone, and then one is benzyl and one is the meth allyl. So, now you almost came close to the final structure. The target molecule, you basically need a methyl here, So, what you need to do? Similar thing, you react with methyl lithium to get the methyl introduced in the proper place. Remaining part all remains similar with your benzyl. Now, basically you do the similar kind of thing, vinyl ether hydrolysis, just exposure to mineral acid, your vinyl ether will be hydrolyzed, and then it tends to enolize followed by water elimination. Rest of the molecules will remain similar and your benzyl. So, do a water elimination, then you get your final target. Your methyl is here, your benzyl is here. So, this is the final target. Now, this kind of transposition, what you can in reality you can expect, basically what you are doing, you are doing a starting material or using something like this, and the final outcome of this product is basically you are getting this kind of compound. It is a very useful transformation where the allylic double bond is basically kind of a migrating or transposed, means from one place to another place. The initial allylic bond which have been generated by this enolization is here, then after Grignard addition, that Grignard making the CC bond. Now, here the trick is, if you want to, after this initial protection, you can use this methylene groups for your alkylation part. So, the entire trick is that you have to basically fine tune the chemical reactivity of the starting material, and then you can basically do the mode of reaction which you want to carry out. So, next we will try to figure it out, a combination of a functional group based strategy as well as transformation based strategy. We said basically the strategies are overlapping. So, we will be trying to discuss it with as many as examples as you can. This target is pretty simple target. We have a target something like this, and we will provide you the starting material. I say you prepare a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,4 dicarbonyl compound by using cyclohexenone as a starting material. Now, eventually if you do a very conventional retro, you will do a retro here, and that will basically give you a cyclohexenone as a Michael acceptor, and you need a species which is a basically Ampolong species. It is a D1 Ampolong, D1 is a D1 species. Now, as we discussed, this species can be easily generated from 1,3-dithiene chemistry of acetaldehyde. So, what you do? You take acetaldehyde, react with 1,3-dithiene, you will get this one, fine. Then you treat with LDA. So, LDA what it will do? It will basically replace the another acidic hydrogen with a lithium. So, this lithium species is now active, is acting as a nucleophile and react with cyclohexenone, the starting material, in a 1,4 fashion. So, you will basically get fine. Next step is only remaining, you have to remove this 1,3-dithiene group, that you can do by Hg2 plus. Now, this is very straightforward, this is absolutely straightforward, there is no hidden tricks or tactics. Sometimes I will ask you that whether is there any direct reaction you can think of for doing this transformation, means is there a way you can generate this kind of Ampolong species in situ, I mean in the reaction mixture? Answer is yes. There is a single step transformation is known, which is known as stator reaction. Now, stator reaction is a very useful reaction, it is very useful reaction. Now, what exactly was done in the stator reaction? Before going to stator reaction, I will try to explore something else. All of you know the benzoin condensation reaction, in which a benzaldehyde, 2 molecular benzaldehyde is reacted in the presence of cyanide to give you a compound named benzoin. Now, benzoin reaction basically goes through a mechanism is similar like Ampolong mechanism. This kind of species is in reality has been generated, and this basically attacking to the another molecular benzaldehyde. Stator reaction basically a biochemical version of benzoin reaction normally was proposed, and this kind of stator reaction or this kind of transformation is known in the living system for long time, and particularly vitamin B1 or thiamine analog has been known for long time to catalyze those kind of reaction. Now, this is a thiazolinium nucleus where nitrogen and sulfur is present, and you are basically having a acidic hydrogen in this portion, which is flanked by nitrogen and sulfur. Now, this kind of thiazolinium species are basically named as thiazolium salt. They are commercially available. Now, vitamin B1, its name is thiamine pyrophosphate. Vitamin B1 is also known to catalyze this kind of reaction by exactly the mechanism similar to Benzian condensation mechanism. So, I will urge all of you to go through the mechanism of stator reaction, or even if you are just go through the scene archive, web page to know the detail of stator reaction. The disconnection for stator reaction is very straightforward. You react acetaldehyde, as in our case, with this thiazolinium salt. Just now we talked about thiazolium salt. You will basically generating a species CH3CO minus, and this is the active species or the Ampolong species, which will now react with the Michael acceptor which was given to you. So, the solution was very nicely handled by a named reaction called stator reaction. Now, eventually all this kind of 1,4 dicarbonyl compound you can synthesize by using stator reaction. I will try to give you another very interesting example. I said I want to synthesize this target molecule by using stator reaction. Okay. Then, as I said, stator reaction is a good platform, is a good way to generate Ampolong carbonyl nucleophile. So, you can just disconnect this molecule as this. Now, this part you have to formulate that as a Michael acceptor. You can use acrylonitrile. So, you start with your 3-pyridine carboxyldehyde as a parent aldehyde exposed to thiazolium chloride or the stator reaction condition. Now, this reaction condition will make sure this species will generate it, and then it attacks to Michael fashion, and then basically you will get the target molecule. Now, stator reaction is very important reaction, as I said, and hopefully you will try to explore the its mechanism, but eventually from the mechanistic perspective it is similar like Benzian condensation. So, I will write it down. Stator reaction mechanism is similar like equivalent to Benzian condensation. That will basically give you a hint. If you remember the mechanism of Benzian condensation, then this mechanism will be very similar, except that in Benzian condensation you are having a cyanide species, in stator reaction you are basically having a thiazolinium species, which is a 5-member nitrogen and sulfur containing compound, is having this kind of core structure, and then you will having a active acidic hydrogen, which is basically mainly replaced to generate you a carb anion or a nucleophile, and this is the basically the main active species act as a nucleophile, and this is the real nucleophile. This nucleophile basically next attack to different conditions. So, eventually in the sometimes your instructor in the lab will tell you that can you synthesize benzoin without using cyanide, because all of us know that cyanides are toxic, cyanide are toxic chemical, and they have a potentially health hazard effect. So, your answer will be definitely yes, we can do it if you use this thiazolonium thing. So, you can use 2 equivalent of benzaldehyde with this thiazolonium thing, and you can basically get a sufficient quantity of benzoin by using this thiazolonium salt mediated benzoin condensation, and that serves a very nice way to think about different transformations. So, this stator reaction I am sure all of you have not studied yet, but it is a very useful way to do or to synthesize 1,4-dicarbonyl compound. Even some cases, if I say I will give you a target molecule something like this, and I said you have to use a stator kind of reaction. The prerequisite is you have to use a stator transformation. The answer will be definitely yes. The only thing is you have to use a intramolecular version. You have to use a intramolecular version. So, you need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, basically you have to first take this aldehyde and eventually you make sure that which aldehyde will react. It does not matter if you take this aldehyde as starting material, 1 equivalent of thiazolonium chloride, thiazolonium salt, and then you can generate one of this ampolong, let us say I am generating this ampolong, thinking that aliphatic aldehydes are much more reactive than the corresponding aromatic aldehyde. But if this aldehyde has been generated as your main carbanion, you will get a different product. It is not the real target which you are looking for. In that case, basically you will be getting this product, is not it? So, basically you can either think of using aliphatic aldehyde, which is definitely much more reactive, or other way you can think of using aromatic aldehyde as the main reacting partner, and you can fine tune the reactivity to get good amount of alpha hydroxy ketones, which is basically similar like a benzoin kind of compound, and stator reaction serves a very important reaction for carrying out this kind of things. So, next we will be trying to something else, and eventually as I said stator reaction is a very good platform to give you something else. We will try to figure it out some other problems based on this kind of transformation. This is a similar problem. Okay, similar problem. If I give you a target molecule this, but starting material I have not provided. Starting material, let us say I am giving you this, then what will be your approach? Same line, same way down the line you can think of. You can basically take two different routes. You can take the original thiol route, which is basically this route. Okay, you can do it. So, what you need to do? You basically need to take a monolithiated species as a nucleophile or a ampolong species, then you can react with this in a Michael fashion, and then you can remove the dithion protection. So, dithion protection basically you can remove, and that will give you the target molecule. Eventually, there are other ways. Try to remember, we have talked about a reaction called Nafe reaction. Okay. So, in this case, Nafe reaction, I said the disconnection will be something like this. You have a nitro compound that will be converted to the corresponding ketone compound. So, what will be your approach? You take this starting material cyclohexenone, react with nitromethane, sir, and with a base. Now, nitromethanes is known to generate this carbanion from these things. You react in a Michael fashion. So, basically you will be getting CH2NO2 and then do a Nafe reaction. Then do a Nafe reaction, you will end up with this product. So, this was the beauty of different strategically useful transformation. For a single target, you can choose different pathways as evident from this particular two strategies. One is the Ampolung based strategies and another is the a powerful transformation which is known as Nape transformation, but the main bottom line is both the cases we do a disconnection based on a CHO minus or the formyl anion species, which needs to be generated and which will be attacking to the Michael acceptor in a 1,4 fashion. So, no matter whether it is a 1,3 dithion chemistry or it is a Nape chemistry, the final target can be achieved with extremely efficient way. As I said, the choice is yours to pick up the right pathway depending on the resources which is available with you. So, probably we will just continue our discussion throughout this session and we will be back in next week. Till then, have a good time.